Obviously, this is not an email, but in order for me to walk you through how to do this, I'm going to do it in a Google Doc. When you open up an email, you obviously have the to box, but here's a tip. To avoid accidentally sending an email before you're ready, fill in this box last. A lot of people don't know that the next box, CC, means carbon copy, which is like if you've ever gotten a detention slip, you notice that it creates a duplicate underneath it. CC would be if you are sending this to someone else to look at so that they're informed about what's going on, but not necessarily directed to them. So, for example, sometimes I CC Mrs. Masters because she needs to know about our communication, but this email it wouldn't be directed to her. And then there is the subject line. Please, please always use the subject line because it's very helpful. Somebody who gets an influx of emails on a daily basis, like me, um, to have a search of keywords to go back to in the subject line is really helpful. So, for example, if you were sending an email about your media literacy pitch, that would be a great thing to put in the subject line. Now, when you are composing an email, you do want to address the person to whom you're writing. And you always want to be just slightly more formal than you would think. So, using a Mr. or Mrs. Instead of a first name is great until you become more familiar with that person. A good way to tell is at the end of the email that they respond with, see what name they use, and then you call them by that same name. So, after that, you can begin your email. You want to be short and to the point, but as clear as you can. You can open with some kind of greeting of, I hope you're having a nice day today, or you can get right to the point with the body of your email and everything that you want it to say. Please make sure to proofread before you send because it would be really embarrassing if you sent something that had a typo or that used send an email with I, for example, instead of I, especially if it were to, oh, say your English teacher. And then when you are done with the email, you can always thank them for your time. Studies have shown that if you thank a person, they are more likely to respond than not. And then sign off using your name here. If you advance into a company or something, you could put your title of your position underneath. I will sometimes do that. For example, if I'm emailing somebody based on for a letter of recommendation for one of you, I always put down the name of the school and the fact that I'm an English coordinator and all of that. So if you are sending me or Mrs. Masters or Mrs. O'Count or anybody else an email, this would be the format that you use to set it up.